Welcome to Porchlight Letters podcast number 2145, taking a day off. Yes, we all need to do that, and you'll have to excuse the appearance. I have literally taken today off, and put my hair up and everything, and this is just me. Yeah, a little late today too. So let's see, taking a day off. It's rest, not a reward. It's a rhythm. It's a reset. It's a declaration that your worth isn't tied to your output. Some days the most radical acts is to pause, not because you're done, but because you're human. Don't forget that. And sometimes, why is it hard to step away? And I have to tell you, it kind of was or wasn't hard for me to step away today. But usually why it's hard to step away is guilt that rest equals laziness. How many times have you felt like that? Fear the momentum will disappear. Yep. Culture that idolizes hustle and constant progress. Personal expectations to do it all without pause. Yep. And what happens when we never take a day off? Burnout becomes a baseline. Creativity dries up. Our bodies revolt with fatigue or illness. We forget joy, play, and presence. And that's kind of what happened with me today, is that I already had planned that today I was doing yard work this morning. My front yard was a mess. HOA complained about it, and HOA Homeowners Association. They're the ones that kind of have little rules for the area of how the house is supposed to look and all that. Apparently, a weed garden is not acceptable. So I got out there today, and not as early as I would have liked, but it took me 3 hours today, and I did have a break in between, a break around halfway through, because my body just was shaking so much, and I wasn't sure I could stay standing and keep working with what I was doing. It was very physically demanding. There's a lot of bending over and pulling out weeds and all that sort of stuff. So, but we got there. We got it all done and everything else, and it doesn't look the tidiest, but it looks a heck of a lot better than what it did. And then when I came in from that, I was literally shaking all over my body. And throughout this thing of exercise that I was doing with the gardening, I was keeping hydrated with water and with an electrolyte-based drink as well. And then partway through, I had to come in and made myself a protein shake and had that before heading back outside again because I needed some more calories in the system. But we got it all done. Started around 8-ish, finished around, actually we were only out there 2 hours. 2.5 hours. Yeah, started around 8. Was it 7:30? Might have been 7:30. Yeah, 7:30. 7:30 to 10:30 we were out there. And when I came back in, as I usually do after doing yard work, is I put towels down on the bed or towels on the couch, because my body is so hot and sweaty at the time that I don't want to go and have a shower at that point because it would feel icky. It feels icky when I do that. So you strip down, you lay on the towels, you use the towel as a blanket until you kind of, I guess the sweat just dries off, and then you go and have a shower and everything feels good. The only problem is I wanted a nice cool shower, but because of the time of year we're in Arizona, you turn on the cold water and you get warm to hot. You don't get cold. So I was sort of like, damn it, we're at that time of year again. So yeah. But I ended up, when I laid down, made it up on the bed, put the towels down on the bed and everything, and even on the pillows, had the towels on the pillows as well. I wasn't getting any of that ick stuff on me. It was going on the towels. And I ended up sleeping for like 2 hours. And my body needed it, and it was okay. And I didn't feel guilty about laying around. First of all, it's Sunday. Sunday, I like to unplug from everything. And so I just went to sleep for a couple of hours, woke up and thought, yeah, we're going to have a shower. That's when I found out I was having a hot shower. I had no way to cool the water down. It was hot. And so it was a very uncomfortable shower. Got that done. Went and had some lunch, and then spent the rest of the afternoon literally laying on the couch and just reading and watching videos and snoozing and everything else. And so now here we are doing this. I almost missed this because I was snoozing at the time, which is why the hair looks such a mess, because I was actually asleep on the couch and woke up and looked at the time and went, oh, I think I better get moving. So here we are. I didn't even take time to do my hair or anything else. But so taking a day off is okay. Where do we get up to with this? Oh, yeah. And my body needed it. I have been running like crazy the last 2 weeks, getting stuff done, finishing projects, starting and ending projects for working on stuff for clients, working on stuff for my own business, working with Mailbox Power on their help chat. And it's just been a constant from when I get back from walking Zeffie and have breakfast. I have breakfast, and then like around 7:30, I'm already in the office. I don't usually start in the office till like 8 in the morning. So I'm starting like half an hour, sometimes an hour earlier, depending on when we go for a walk. And I've been going all the way through until the podcast in the evening. Then I take Zeffie for a walk and I come back. And sometimes I will sit on the couch at night and keep working. But my body was just sort of like, no, we've had this big physical thing. We are taking a day just to rest, recharge, relax. And so what does it truly like to rest? It's saying no without over-explaining. And that's what I did today. I didn't have to explain to anybody why I was taking the day off. It didn't matter. It's not their business. It's mine. Yep. I was listening to my body before my to-do list. Did I have stuff I wanted to do today? Yep. Did I do it? Nope. Does it matter? Nope. I had a to-do. Well, I did get one thing off my to-do. Well, 2 things off my to-do list. Made my bed. It's the very first thing I do every morning when I get up is make the bed. And then the second thing I got done was walking Zeffie. And the third thing I got done was having breakfast. The fourth thing I got done was the garden, getting the yard straightened up and cleaned up and all of that sort of stuff. I now have to go put the trash barrels out too because it's got the weeds in there. So saying no without, so what it looks like to truly rest is to say no without over explaining. Listening to your body before your to-do list. Yep. After my thing, I was going to come in and have a shower, and then I was going to do some more sorting, maybe do another run to Goodwill. I've already got carload number 2 almost ready to go. And so it was going to be like, all right, let's get it absolutely ready to go, because I haven't been doing any of that in the last week. And I was just like, no. And it was letting yourself just be unproductive and fully alive. Yeah, it was, I have to tell you, it was great. It was awesome just to be able to take that off. And I didn't even put the TV on. I did have my phone next to me, and I was watching like short videos and things like that throughout the day, sending stuff to my friend Kathy that I thought was rather amusing. And then just kind of like and then reading, and I didn't even take my Kindle out. I'm reading the one of the books that I got sent that was written in 1903, if I remember correctly, and it's the Brady Detectives with the Chinese Idol one. So I got some of that read today. It's actually kind of cool. I mean, a book written in 1903, a mystery book. It's really cool. It's awesome. And it's reconnecting with what fills your soul, not drains it. And for me, it was just chillaxing, letting go of everything, not worrying about things. I mean, I have a big list of stuff to do, but not worrying or feeling guilty about the fact that I put that list aside today and did nothing on that list except the front yard. It's the only thing off that list that I did that had to get done today. And then my body was just sort of like, we're just going to take the rest of the day to recover. And I'm like, okay, I have no problem with that. So reconnecting with what fills your soul and not drains it is just sitting down and being able to just be present and read a really good book. Sometimes it's watching a movie, but I just didn't feel like putting a movie on because I knew if I started watching a movie, I might see the first 10, 15 minutes of it, and then I was going to be out. And I would wake up when it finished. So I was just like, I'm not even turning the TV on today. Yeah, not doing that at all. So that hasn't even gone on today. I did watch some on the phone, but I did get some reading done. And what else did we do today, Zeph? Oh, yeah, she went scratching today too. She didn't scratch overnight, but she did go scratching today while I was having my morning nap. Yes, I was not impressed to wake up to find that had been done. So your legacy connection is when we model rest, we teach the next generation that they don't have to earn their value. That life is not just about what we produce, but how deeply we live. Rest becomes a legacy of self-trust, self-honor, and quiet strength. Oh, and that was the other thing I did too, is I did some reflection as well, because our next thing is reflection questions. And I did do some reflecting today as well, but any of the burdens I've been feeling during the week, I did not feel any of those today. I did not feel guilty about not doing anything that would help relieve those burdens or anything. I was just like, I'm here, I am present, I'm doing this today, and that's how it's going to be. So reflection questions, which you can put into your Porch Light Reflection Journal. Yeah, I was planning on uploading seven volumes today, or at least working on the 7 volumes to get them ready to upload, but didn't do it. Couldn't be bothered getting on the computer today. It was like, nope, we're taking the day off. The brain needed some rest. So reflection questions, and you can get a copy of a Porch Light Reflection Journal by scanning the QR code up here in the left-hand corner. What does real rest look like for me? Not just sleep. For me, it is taking time out from the regular stuff I do every day, maybe going and doing something different, because I thought about getting in the car and going for a drive, and I thought, well, where are we going to go for a drive to? And I even thought maybe we'll go get like an ice cream or something. And I was like, no, I really don't feel like doing that. Maybe we'll go out and have lunch. No, I really don't feel like doing that. Going to be meeting a friend of mine for breakfast tomorrow, and I thought that's enough out for us for the week. We're not going to go out. We're not going to go buy any meals or anything. But if we went out, where would we go to? We couldn't get out of the car because it was hang on, I don't even remember what. I know it was a high temperature today. It was 100. It's currently 111 degrees Fahrenheit outside. The high today was 113. So any outdoor activity was kind of frowned upon. My phone's almost out of energy. Wow. 44 degrees Celsius with a high of 45 degrees Celsius. So there you go. My phone needs to be plugged in. I don't think I was on it that much today, but there you go. Even just thinking about going out and going for a drive and all that was sort of like, no, it's in that hot stage, and it's sort of like, no, let's just stay inside. If we go and get ice cream, it'll be melted before we get home, and it means I've got to take a little ice cooler with me with the frozen blocks in there that I can sit the ice cream in to hopefully keep it as cold as possible till we get home. So that's just too. It took too much thinking and too much hassle, and I was just like, no, we're out of here. We're staying home. When was the last time I took a true day off with no guilt or no hassle? It's question number 2. When was the last time I took a true day off with no guilt or no hassle? To be honest, I don't remember. Usually Sundays is my day of rest and my day of taking care of myself and unplugging as much as possible. But I really can't remember the last time I did that. Yeah, I know the last 2 Sundays I've been working. Maybe the one before that? I don't know. I don't remember. What needs to be released so I can make room for restoration? Yes, sometimes you've got to release something within you so you can make room for restoration. When you do these, when you take a day off, it's like a mini reboot. Now, vacations back in 2013? Yeah, back in 2013, there was an article in the Forbes magazine about mental health and stress and everything else. And they were talking about how the healthcare system was currently in 2012, the cost of mental health was like $13 billion and climbing. This is in 2013, and for 2012 figures, it was $13 billion and climbing. And there was one sentence in there that I absolutely clicked onto, and it said, and most of this cost could have been avoided if people took a vacation. A vacation is a break from the norm. It is a reboot of the brain. Think about when your computer starts to slow down. What do? You reboot. It helps free up some of the memory and everything else, and it runs faster when it's back on. That is what a vacation does with your body. Sometimes we don't have time to take a vacation, but just being able to take a day off, unplug, be present, and everything else is a very important thing to do because it's like a mini reboot. So think about that when you're wanting to take a day off. And if you don't take a day off, your productivity is affected, your creativity is affected. When you take these little mini breaks and the big breaks, you'll be surprised at how much your productivity increases, as well as your creativity. I know that when I have my Sundays off, Monday morning, I am on it. I am in there. I am full, ready to rock and roll. That's when I get my most creative, is on Monday mornings, because I've just had a break the day before. That hasn't happened the last couple of weeks. So before I give the closing thought, I did remember earlier today, because I posted it on Facebook. I forgot to put it on Instagram. I haven't put it on LinkedIn, but I did put it on Facebook, and I did text my sons. But happy Father's Day to all the fathers that are out there. It's Father's Day today, and I should have done this one on Father's Day instead of a day off. But that's where the brain was. It just wasn't. Yeah, it's on vacation. But happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. In New Zealand, Father's Day is not until September. So my dad kind of gets too happy Father's Day. So I'm very fortunate that my dad is still with us and in good health. I can't wait to get back to New Zealand and give my parents a hug. It's been almost 6 years since I last saw them. Last saw them in 2019 when I went down for my brother's 50th birthday, and then they came back. They came up with me to the States 2 weeks later, and that's when we went tripping off in August of 2019. The start of all of these daily podcasts was, so 2,145 days ago is when I started day one of the podcast, which was when we left San Diego and headed to Las Vegas in the RV on the beginning of a 3,227-mile journey that we did in 28 days in the RV, including going up to British Columbia. But we did, we went through Nevada, Utah, Idaho, Washington, British Columbia, Oregon, Northern California before we got back to San Diego. So we did a nice little round trip there. That was a great trip. But that trip was the last time I saw my parents in person. So it's been a while, and I can't wait to get down to New Zealand and just give them a hug. But to all the dads out there, thank you for everything that you have done, for all the things that you teach us kids, for the protection that you provide with us, for the life lessons that you give us, how you lead by example. I have two amazing stepsons who are I've actually got three amazing stepsons, but only two of them are fathers. Both of them have got three boys. Yeah, it's a boy-heavy family. And they do an incredible job. One of them has, let's see, what are the kids' ages? 10, almost 6, and 4. Yeah. And then the other one has 3, just turned 2 and about to turn 1. So yeah, when the youngest one was born they had 3 under the age of 3 until April in December. They had 3 under the age of 3 until December of this year. Till April, when the oldest one turned 3. But I have to tell you, I'm super, super proud of my sons. They're incredible husbands, incredible fathers, incredible brothers to each other, cousins, whatever role that they're uncles and all of that sort of thing. And they just do an amazing job with their boys, teaching them, leading them, nurturing them, and leading by example, which is a really great thing that you can do, teaching them life skills and things like that. And I remember spending hours in the garage with my dad. I spent hours out there. He taught me to play darts. At one place we had a dartboard set up in the garage, and he had a line marked out on the garage floor to where we had to be, but the car wasn't allowed to be we weren't allowed to throw the darts when the car was in the garage. So I wasn't allowed to do that. But and he and Mum had amazing veggie gardens. Whenever they put those in, they had amazing veggie gardens. But my family was very traditional, and I love my dad. I love both my parents very much, and the grandparents as well. My grandfathers were awesome guys as well. They're no longer with us. I've been without grandparents since 1990. 97 or 98, I think it was. Maybe it was later than that. I'm trying to remember when my grandma passed. Oh no, I was working for Marriott at the time. I was on my way home from work one night. And that would have been probably 2000, 2001, maybe 2002. No, we'd been down to New Zealand at that point. So probably 2002, I think. I'm trying to remember the life events that happened in the order that they happened as to when she passed. I think it was 2002. Was when my last surviving grandparent passed away. But to all the dads out there, or those who play a father's role, whether you're an uncle, an older brother, a family friend, a grandparent who plays a father's role in a child's life, thank you for all that you do. I hope you all had a super fantastic, sparkling Father's Day that was full of a lot of fun and laughter and love. I even got a text message from my oldest grandson. He's so funny. And I said, "What are you doing for Father's Day?" He says, "We're going out. We're going to a restaurant." Yeah, we're going out to eat. So I haven't heard back from him. I said, "Where did you go? What did you eat? And did you like it?" Yes, he's a man. He's a kid of very few words at times. But I love my grandkids. So thank you to all the fathers out there and the father figures that are out there. Go out, have a super fantastic. Oh, hang on, we're going to do the closing thought of the day. Almost forgot that part. So in our closing thought, you are allowed to rest not because you've earned it, but because you are enough. You're allowed to rest not because you've earned it, but because you are enough. And with that, we are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we'll catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Pacific time. I have my AI class on tomorrow night, so 7 p.m. Pacific.